Dexter and Neuz starting off.
Ooh.
That seems to be the meta for the team so far, is like having that lowest seed person be the one to kick it off for your teams.
Yeah, and like, you know, that's kind of what you want to do, just in case the last person has to anchor that last stock, like that very last stock. And we've seen some good anchor play so far. Somebody making a 3v1 comeback on stocks. But at the same time, sometimes you could front load and just hope for the best. Not going to see that right now, but that is another strategy some people might decide to do if this first strategy doesn't work out.
I'm a big fan of putting your heavy hitter right in the middle. That's the person who can like bring you back. That's the spot where you can like give your team that lead or take down some of the lead the other team has got. But
yeah,
we'll see how this works out for him.
All right, man. So here we are, Neuz. Actually, I mean, pretty much an even game right. Oh,
Ooh.
Dexter trying to go for the double tap right there. Definitely would have pushed past that blast zone if he was able to get that. But Dexter doing a pretty good job kind of hold. They swing it now.
Yeah. They're like, all right, both of us are in that KO percent. Who's going to get that heavy hit? Dexter right now likely looking for that recovery. Neuz might need a little bit more damage before he can go for the KO.
Okay. Oh,
ooh, it's close.
Yeah, Dexter. I think he's spinning his jump up there to stay a little further away. But, man, Neuz is just chasing him down now. Dexter having a hard time. Yeah, he's going to lose that stock, unfortunately, man. Could not find his way back to the stage.
Yeah, kind of like you were saying, Neuz was just sticking right on top of him. Every time Dexter tried to get away from him, there was some damage coming at him.
Yeah. I think the interesting thing about this mode, too, is that, you know, obviously getting that stock can mean a lot, but it really is about, like, what you can do on the second one. And seeing in Brawlhalla, there's a decent amount of, like, ways you can rack up damage from, like, white to orange. With a couple good reads. Sometimes that really could be all you really need to get your team like pretty far ahead, but unfortunately not going to get too far ahead here as he barely gets that man into yellow. DB and Monexo now on the screen.
Yeah, we definitely see momentum being a big thing in this game mode, right? It's like teams that start getting 2 stocks, suddenly you're like, all right, that team's looking real strong.
Yeah, man. So here we go. All right, big damage right here. Coming in from DB again. You know, as I said, that orb weapon has been in the game for quite a bit now. And really wasn't getting crazy amount of shine until just kind of recently, where it seems like a lot of people are starting to pick up an orb, you know, an orb character. And right here you have the Thor crossover for Undertaker. Here we go.
All right, just trying to swing, get some big damage built up. He doesn't quite have him in D-Light Sayer range. Good dodge through from DB. He's going to start moving forward in. Another dare, needs one more hit. Needs that nair, can't get it though. Oh, no.
Oh, no, he had it too, but yeah.
Oh.
Okay, he's getting kind of tricky with the nairs here, but just that one from the stage, not going to be it. I think the next one could have taken it, but unfortunately puts himself in a bad position to get stomp Sayered. And yeah, right next to that to the end of the stage, you're going to definitely hit that blast zone.
Yeah, you close. And again, this is small Brawl Haven, so KOs happen a lot faster. Sidelight Sayer should be enough. Fiend doesn't even need this sidelight to set it up. It's looking like a close one. It's just trading right back and forth.
Yeah, pretty even right here. I mean, honestly, just straight up even. Everybody we're getting down to their last first stock on both teams right here with Kyna and now Fiend stepping up both of the. Well, no, actually not even the highest rank. Fiend is actually the second one on his. So they did decide to put DB in the middle, and that seemed to. Don't know if it worked yet, but we'll see a little later into this, man. Maybe DB will start cleaning up in these second and third stocks.
Yeah, definitely a lot of name power on Fiend at the very least. Like, he played really well in the most recent South American tournaments. So a nice side take, and suddenly Fiend's looking healthy. This could be a good lead for the red team.
Actually, I see what I see what happened here.
The,
all right,
the
so Fiend
sticks.
is definitely the top. I was like, wait, hold on now. They swapped the popsicle sticks over here a little bit, but regardless, yeah, Fiend number 3 and then DB number 6. So this is again. Oh, hold on now.
Almost. Good
really
jumps.
Good
Got outside of it.
I mean, this is really good damage, and it's on Hattori too, who could definitely be, you know, sent out of this stage a little faster than some of the other legends here. A big bet, and that is going to be a big bet that you did not get the winning side of, man. You went red, and they went black, so unfortunate.
Dude, that's the same thing Bruja was doing in his earlier matches. Is like he holds that for that second swing, and it just isn't working out for any of the Dust players out there today.
Is there like some different properties on holding that, or is it just like
well,
they're
I mean,
hoping
like
someone
you get more
falls
force,
into it?
but yeah, you're hoping somebody's gonna panic and fall in front of it. That's usually why they're holding it, and it's not working.
Yeah, definitely not working right there. That was another stock loss for that same reason, but. You know, still keeping a pretty even game right down the middle yet again, an orange and a light orange pretty much. So, yeah, no one really got a full lead here. Kind of waiting for one of these teams to really just take off, but it really takes just one person to kind of slap 2 stocks to really start the snowball effect.
Yeah, so far it's been a game of inches. Each team, like, they'll get 1 stock, and then the next person comes in, immediately gets the other one. So as long as the pace keeps going out the way it is going, red team might be able to walk away with a victory, but it's going to be close.
All right, Dexter playing a little patient right there, trying to see if he can catch Monexo, getting a little hasty on trying to get a weapon, and, well, immediately out of there. Just Nobody is catching any type of lead right now. As soon as one person drops, within the next 10 seconds, the next person does too. So just a straight up even game right now. 5 stocks left between our entire team. Yeah, and this is, I mean, it really, again, really depends on who's going to be the first person to really get some momentum going and carry their team to the promised land.
Well, DB's trying to be the one to get that momentum for his team. Monexo, he's going to have to deal with DB's hammer. DB's hammer was actually looking really good when he was on the screen a little while ago, but Monexo's finding more momentum against it.
Yeah, Monexo definitely finding a hit out of each one of these interactions, and that's just damage on damage. All unanswered, by the way, but finally, Monexo getting DB getting a little 3-piece right there. Go.
That recovery almost does it. High defense on the Thor.
Ooh, okay, managed to find himself a way. Oh, that was such a nice dodge right there into getting the recovery as well, man. Stayed above the neutral light and then immediately gets that recovery for the KO.
It's going to take a decent amount here for Fiend to finish off this stock of Monexo. A side sig might be able to do it, but other than that, that side air doesn't even put him off screen.
Okay, down
off the
air.
stage.
Yeah, not going to get, that would have been great if he was able to get him off the stage, but side light or side air from pretty much the middle of the stage. But again, these small blast zones from the side, yeah, people are going to be down pretty quickly here. And again, another even game, just a little bit of damage here on to Fiend. Kyna going to try to put his team a little farther ahead if he can take this little damage lead and turn it into a stock lead.
Doesn't hit with the side air. No punish, though, from Fiend. Had the positioning. Nice double nairs coming out from Kyna. He's getting damage built up. Suddenly, yellow team's looking really good to close this one out.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about too, man. One person had to really start making some plays, and it looks like Kyna might be that guy, because if he's able to get this stock off of Fiend, that means we're swapping back into Dexter, which just, you know, it's could be potentially a lopsided matchup as far as ranking goes. So, Kyna though, I mean, he is looking extra healthy too on this stock.
He's got a lot of health to play with here, and he's one good neutral light away from finishing the stock up. A downlight's gonna do it. All right, this is a huge lead for the yellow team.
Yeah, that was actually insane. You know, you said neutral light. I was not expecting a downlight to take the KO, but there it is. And now, yeah, Dexter got to find himself a weapon here, but does have to also deal with the axe. I mean, this weapon has never really been a bad weapon at all, to be honest. So, like, it's just a very solid weapon, big hits and good kill power, especially on this stage.
You can't go wrong with some big swings, especially on small Brawlhalla. Dexter trying to get some damage built up. If he gets this stock, it won't be too bad, but oh man, he's getting swung on.
Okay, hold on. Another. Okay, yeah, can't get up there again, but still, I like the idea, man. Keeping the pressure on, at least getting some extra damage.
He's trying. He knows how important it is to get this stock. Don't let yellow team get too much momentum, and that will get the stock. It's completely even in stock count, but Dexter has taken a decent amount of damage.
Yeah, but I mean, could have been way worse. You know, seeing that, you know, we're looking at the way that the rank is went, and you have your lowest ranked person on your team playing the highest ranked person in the other team. Could have been a little scary, but he played that one pretty correctly. You know, took a couple hits here and there, but hopefully he can get himself back into this. And he does have the weapon that can really, like, snowball some damage off of one good read. Tried it right there, but didn't get the right side.
Oh, he didn't touch. Oh! Neuz tried to go for the big plays with the gravity cancel neutral signature, and Dexter's actually going to live off that one. Can Dexter capitalize?
Okay, Dexter got to get back down to the ground here. Just barely, but still looking for those neutral airs. Okay, finds a side light, but unfortunately I think he missed the follow-up and just got scooped up after that with that recovery. So didn't get a lot of damage there. But again, you do have a pretty defensive legend within Thor coming through, so maybe you can use that to your advantage if you were able to, you know, eat a couple of hits while delivering some good damage.
Now, this is what I was talking about, where this is that second person, right? This is that pivot position where if DB plays it right, could suddenly put his team back in it, but he's going to have to get a stock and a half with this one.
Okay. And I feel like this, I mean, if anybody, you know, he's playing against Hattori again, character doesn't have the craziest amount of defense here, so, oh, wait a minute.
Oh, snap. Didn't get the follow-up, though.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that, I guess because the stomp, he hit him pretty low, or he hit Neuz pretty high up on the stomp, so it was a little hard for him to get that follow-up. But regardless, Neuz definitely hurting here. Side air should be able to take it from the right side of the stage, but...
Okay.
Ooh, okay, scoop. Okay. All right.
He dashed into it, so he had to go for the scoop up. The side air wasn't going to hit the way that he wanted to. He's going to juggle for a little bit. All right, Orb. He needs to get this damage built up.
Okay, a little bit of an overreach right there, but still, yeah, as Duke said, definitely need to get this damage going if he wants a chance to keep his team back in. Oh, the damage is definitely stacking a little bit here. Ooh.
Got the dodge. Didn't get the second recovery. Doesn't get punished for it, though, but he's chasing. Nice weapon toss.
Yeah, he needed that alive. Okay, and a perfect weapon spawn right there for him. DB might be able to get his team back in here if he can find this stock. Get his team ahead of the game. I mean, he pretty much already got his team back in, even if he loses this stock. But getting his team ahead would be just great for the momentum of the red team right now.
Yeah, getting the stock off Monexo gives him an opportunity to get damage onto Kyna and make it a more secure victory. Punish, and that's going to be a stock. It's 2 stocks left. Red team bringing this one back. All, again, that pivot position from DB.
That was the masterclass of, like, staying composed in the corner. Because, like, you know, a lot of people, they will try to jump out the corner, and that's exactly what I think Neuz was looking for. Or not Neuz. Monexo was looking for. But, yeah, because he just stayed on the ground, he got the easiest punish of his life. Because he was, nice. That ground pound right there, the reversal off the stage, and he's able to get him down to now another, just an even game. There was one section of this game where it looked like one team was going to run away with it, but then, yeah, DB came through and cleaned that back up, and now we have a 1-stock runoff between Kyna and Fiend.
He's going to do it. The odd thing is, like, neither of them are on their main, so it's really hard to call this one. Nice read with the unsig and a side air. Fiend going to secure it for the red team.
All right, man. And just looking at the stats here, no one really was, like, you know, behind here. Dexter only taking 2, but he still did a decent amount of damage here. But then on the other side of things, yeah, it's just that's kind of how it's going to go. You know, this is a super even game, and those stats are showing you just that. What an insane first game right there between our competitors.
Yeah, that was a good spread. We saw some of the other ones where it was like one person doing 1,000 damage and then conversely another teammate doing like 100 damage.
Yeah.
That one had everyone in the 4s to 500s. So that was a pretty good, like, everybody kind of did their part.
Yeah, so I'm going to be interested to see if anybody decides to swap here off their characters. As you said, Fiend and Kyna were not on their main, so they might actually decide to go back. Well, one of them, whoever lost, I guess, was thinking about it, you know, Kyna and Monexo Neuz, maybe thinking about swapping right here. But still, man, got to give it up to the Undertaker there. Really showed up and, like, made sure that the game did not escape and almost got his team back into the lead off a whole stock. Yeah, that was definitely huge plays coming out from DB. We are seeing a swap from the yellow team, but funny enough, it's Neuz picking up Kyna's Bodvar and color scheme, or not color scheme, but like skin setup. Like, we've got 2 of the potential 3 Bodvars on this yellow team right now. All right, well, I mean, look, we were talking about this a little earlier before the tournament, how, you know, there was Photo said something about, like, people were talking about power creeps when they were like, but Bodvar's still winning everything. So it's like even the first character in the game is still, like, so effective. You can't really say that, you know, these new characters, they have a lot of cool tools, but sometimes you just need something to hit hard in one direction, and that's what Bodvar does.
Sometimes you got to go back to the Coke classics, right? You got to just keep it simple. So far, we got 2 Bodvars. It looks like Kyna's thinking about it. Oh, yellow team, are they making a switch up? No.
Okay, Ogrim, Bodvar, and all right, so I'm going to get the 3 Stooges right here, but now just going to keep the 2 Bodvars and an Ogrim here. On the other side of things, Dusk and the Undertaker and Val still on the screen, so no reason for them to swap. I think really it's just Dexter probably has to, you know, play just a little harder here at the beginning of these of his own stocks. I feel like he kind of gets handled somewhere in the beginning, but he does manage to bring it back and not get absolutely overran. But if he can get a stronger start, I think that can bring his the red team, like, way ahead.
Yeah, I think, like, for the most part, he's been winning his first 1v1, but then he immediately gets taken out. If he can get some damage built up on the second player coming in, then I think things are going to look a lot better for the red team.
All right, so here we go. We're getting into our next game here. The first game going to the red team, so they only need 1 more to go ahead and move forward. I will be putting Kyna, Monexo, and Neuz out. But here we go. I want to Demon Island as well.
And it looks like Kyna, or the yellow team, doing a full swap of the order. We've got Kyna now starting off for the team. The highest seed on the team is going to try to get his team an early lead, and hopefully they can keep that momentum going.
And see, that's exactly what I was thinking too, man. You know, again, their first strategy, it's not like it didn't work. It was definitely down to the wire. But if you can get a super, super solid lead, by the time Kyna comes back in, I mean, he might actually be able to just continue to extend that lead depending on what happens here. So, not really showing, like, the super prowess just yet of him being put in over Dexter, because they're pretty much even on damage here. Dexter just a little more hurt, but it's not something he can't get back after a small shrink. Oh, almost got red there.
Yeah, as long as Dexter doesn't get taken out, I think things are still looking pretty solid for the red team as he hits the side sig. Opportunity here. Lance not great in the offstage. Dexter gives him a lot of breathing room and doesn't hit the side sig again.
Wait a minute. This strategy might have actually backfired. Dexter looking like he might be able to get the stock first.
That would be tragic. This is the bottom seed of the red team. If he takes out the top seed of the yellow team, that's going to be huge for the red team. But another neutral light, and does he have the jumps? Nope. Kyna guarantees it.
Yeah, Kyna, man. It was looking a little scary, though, man. He's already up into the red, so that means DB doesn't have to do a crazy amount to get him off of this stock, but has to find himself a weapon first, or, I mean, unless he wants to try to just go for an unarmed haymaker, but, okay. Not going to be enough.
One more hit.
Oh, makes it on stage. I like the idea, though, by DB. Just a little, you know, little off of the axis that he needed to do to get this actual spike. But still, it takes literally one hit, and now he's got that stock off. DB and Monexo now going to be running up against each other. The first blood bar of the two on the yellow team.
So far, DB and Monexo have been relatively even. It was only in that, like, the final moments of that last game where DB really took it over Monexo, and suddenly Monexo could get nice turnaround there. The weapon toss, he's still going to touch. DB hanging around. Gravity cancel, goes for the recovery. He didn't have the position for the ground pound.
Yeah, that gravity cancel, you saw how low he was on the D-light, so he had to just go for a different recovery or a different option instead of going for another stomp. Either way, though, it's still got some good damage there on the left side. Hopefully he can turn this into a stock, but now getting marked over here by Monexo. He does not have a lot of option off stage yet. He is out of there. Great side air by Monexo, catching him before he was able to touch the ground again.
Yeah, really good positioning from him, making sure that he got that side air. Fiend might be able to clean up the stock. I don't think a sidelight side air will quite do it. Yeah, Monexo's got a little bit of health here.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to have to go for definitely an edge guard of some sort if he wants to get himself off the stock soon. I think maybe the next sidelight side air from this position specifically would get him off. Oh, or just a side air.
Just a side air. Was building up that damage. All right, still relatively even. What's Fiend got against Neuz?
Hey, Neuz, a little unarmed action right here. Manages to sneak that weapon as well, so down light dare. I always like that usage of the neutral air. It's after the side light, because it seems like it just covers so much. Like if you're air dodging, it's a long move. It's around you. Oh, double scoops. He's out of there, man. Fiend, I like the way he's using that neutral sig, getting the double scoops right there and sends them packing.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that Fiend's really good at is starting to download his opponents. He's one of the longest playing competitors in the region, so clear adaptability, but he's coming in against the top seed of the yellow team. Good dodge under. He needs to get some damage built up.
Yeah, at least a little bit of damage here to make sure this lead. I mean, like that was a crazy stock or a crazy early stock you were able to take. You got to really make the most of it, but he's not been able to get too many hits here on Kyna Ackerman. Okay. Well, safe sig. I mean, no one's around, so no punish right there.
Fiend wasn't in position. A nice gravity cancel neutralite, and Kyna cleans it up. It's back to even.
Man, actually, it's just insane how this is so you know, seesaw, topsy-turvy pretty much with the way that this is going. Like you see like what could look like a lead's going to start to develop, and then the next teammate comes through and he's like, oh, I'm not going to let this lead you know, get too far away. So that's exactly what Kyna did. Now he's back on to fighting Dexter. Okay. And this is kind of where Dexter needs to shine the most. Again, he's done pretty decent on his first stock. It's just these next few stocks, or his second and third, where he doesn't seem like he's able to get much going. Or if he does get the stock, he isn't able to like really get a lot of damage onto the stock of the next person. Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to approach onto Kyna, but Kyna's starting to swing, getting more damage built up. Ground pound not going to connect. This could be bad for Dexter. Oh, he hasn't touched in a while, and he's not going to get the opportunity. Sidelight, side air, Kyna Ackerman starting to build up that momentum.
That was actually a really good weapon toss there from Kyna, but I think Dexter could have shot for maybe just a piece of the stage. Seemed like he was trying to go over. Oh, wait a minute.
Is he going to get it? Oh, he still gets the wall touch.
Yeah, he gets the down air, but not the, you know, no ground pound, no big knockback on that yet with the damage that Kyna Ackerman has taken. Uh-oh. Speaking of damage he's taken, Kyna Ackerman now starting to do a bit of work here for the yellow team. I think this is exactly why they wanted him in the front.
Snap.
Oh, man.
He just took 3. Fiend coming back in against Kyna Acme. He's like, yo, no one could get him out of here. I have to fight him twice in a row.
This is unfortunate right here for the red team. This is, I mean, but again, this is why the strategy was, this is why the yellow team went for this strategy. Put Kyna up front, see how much damage he can do, and make it a little easier for the next two people to come in and just kind of clean up a stock that he may have left over, which could be the case here. Okay, gonna be off of that stock right there. And we have a 1 stock lead. Not a crazy amount of damage here onto Fiend, but he does have to deal with Monexo and Neuz next.
Yeah, everybody's going to have to do a little bit extra on the red team if they want to close this one out. Fiend just getting a 2-piece onto Monexo.
They still swinging. Nice. Hey, that was three good reads right there from Fiend. Wasn't able to kind of to expound there on that down light at the end, though, but he's going to make his way back down. Good weapon toss. Oh, is that going to be? No, close.
Not quite. Does he have the movement for it? Does get the wall touch.
Right,
a lot of things will take out Fiend here, and a recovery is going to do it.
Just good patience right there by Monexo too, man. Didn't decide to swing at it seemed like Fiend kind of put himself in a position where he was probably trying to bait Monexo into going for a side. Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh.
But going for a side air, but he just kind of waited out, got that recovery, and now Monexo starting to run some good damage here on the Dexter.
Hops over the weapon toss. This is a huge lead for the yellow team.
Ooh, Dexter not guarding that weapon hard enough. I think he was, you know, kind of leaned forward a little too hard on that side light. That's allowing Monexo to get himself a sword.
Snap.
And, oh, wait a minute.
He's gone.
No.
He's gone. Oh! He gets back. Monexo lets him touch.
Doesn't matter, though. Still, though, he was able to get back. That was crazy that Monexo was still able to clean that up, even with him touching the side. And Monexo put his team even further ahead. That means Dexter is out of there. Again, that's exactly what we were talking about. Did absolutely nothing on that last stock for himself. And now 5 stocks to 2 here. I think the yellow team is definitely going to run away with this one.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, both DB and Fiend have to take 2.5 stocks if they want to get this one. DB might get one of them. A stomp sider? No. The hammer down air. It was all a bait.
A little misdirection, yeah. I like that. I mean, you could not go wide for quite a bit. You see how big that hammer is when you're throwing it. So, a nice reverse down air, too.
Oh, the emote might be having some connection issues. Yeah, that's looking like a news bot in DB. This is one thing South America's like, they're a very respectful region. They will definitely wait out the disconnect.
All right, well, you know, I appreciate that. No one's trying to get that unfair advantage here because, I mean, Lord knows Red needs it. But
like, I would take it.
All right, looks like they are back into it. Yeah, Neuz is back, and now we're going to go ahead and get back into the to the match. Okay. Here we go, man. So, again, like, if you guys are looking at the top, man, we have 1 stock left on DB and obviously 1 stock left on Fiend. Well, we have Neuz, who is, even if he loses this, he's going to be able to come back in and fight one more time. So, like that idea.
Close.
Like the idea for sure. Oh, ends up throwing his weapon away, though. Now sitting unarmed. Immediate pickup right there of the hammer.
Nice. The side stick picks up. Neuz running. Oh, the turnaround. DB.
Okay.
He's got movement.
I was ready to say DB put himself in a terrible position right there, but it was managed to make it back to the stage here.
Nice. The neutral air. Not quite enough, though. Oh, the quick neutral light. Keeping himself in here. Side air. All right, he gets 2. If he can get half off Neuz and let Fiend clutch it, this could be huge. If he gets a full stock off of Kyna here, this could be massive for the red team.
All right, man. So, yeah, Kyna on his last stock. He did a crazy amount of work on his second stock, but will he be able to go ahead and clean up DB? Now, this is, I mean, like, even with just 1 stock. Oh, I thought he touched.
I thought for sure he dodged through. I swear he touched and bounced off, but he might have pulled off a little too early there, and now it's all left to Fiend to take off 3 stocks from this yellow team.
Not a hot start right there from Fiend, looking for a side light. Eats a neutral light right there from the axe, but yeah, this is 3 whole stocks he has to take. And, well, this is not the start that you want when you're trying to take 3 stocks. Kyna Ackerman all over Fiend right now. Okay, Fiend firing back, don't like it.
The quick 3-piece. Oh, he lets Kyna touch, though. The side stick comes out from both of them. Fiend trying to chase. Side air.
Wait a minute.
He's still on the corner.
Oh, not super in position right there for that down air, but...
Oh, man, he gets disarmed. He's in the red. This is very rough for the red team now. And that is going to take him out. Kyna Ackerman gives one to the yellow team.
I like that. Similarly, a small bait right there where he looks like he was going to jump and do like a side air, but then he turns around and does an actual sig or gravity cancel sig backwards. Really smart stuff right there from the yellow team just in general. But man, wow at that. Kyna Ackerman really, he went first and he showed you why sometimes front loading is it, man.
Yeah.
Because on his second stock, he went absolutely insane, put his team way far ahead. And even though they were somewhat bringing it back, no, man, it looked like he did touch, but yeah, unfortunately, just was not actually, touching the wall right there. So didn't get any of his options back for the refresher. But yeah, man, Kyna Ackerman definitely the star of the show here in this second game. Got to give it up to him.
He put up 1,000 damage. Like,
yeah.
That's pretty hard to argue against. He was putting out good damage. I want to give a lot of credit to DB. He was the one who was bringing it back. It was looking doable, but you got to give a lot of credit to Kyna Ackerman putting out 1,000.
Yeah, man, and it just, Fiend, I feel like right at the beginning of that, he had to show up and, like, not take a crazy amount of damage. He ended up taking, like, a 4-piece. It was just like, all right, this isn't the way that you're going to start a comeback, man. So, unfortunate, things happen, but obviously they won the first game, so here we are going into Game 3. See what happens here between Kyna, Monexo, Neuz, Fiend, DB, and Dexter, man. Dexter, had a pretty rough game, I would say, like, the last half of that, but don't want to count him out just yet. He is having a pretty nice, like, start for these crew battles. It's just as the crew battle goes on, it seems like he's getting more and more figured out.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? He's coming in as the bottom seed out of everybody in the crew battles, so there's a lot of pressure on him to try to keep up with, number 6 and number 3, right? Like, yeah. He's trying to do his part, but it's just that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, man. And so, looking at the other bottom seed, you have Baltazar, Hazard L, who used to be LX, and then Neuz. All these names, these are guys that, like, if you were ever watching, most of the Brawlhalla tournaments, like, you see these guys' names in top 8s or top 4s, like, all the time, be it singles, be it doubles. But, like, these are all people that So, like, Dexter, to me specifically, is a relatively new guy. So I feel like he's got a little more to prove, a little more on his plate to really, like, muster up, shoulder up.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. He's coming in with gauntlets, and, like, when you come in with a read-heavy weapon, especially in a situation like crew battles, you don't really have that time to, like, read them outright, get those early sidelights and see how they're going to react out of it. Instead, you have to come in and just go for those quick meta reads or just be fast on reacting to what they're doing. And he's not really getting that momentum off his gauntlets, right? Like, that's the big thing he's trying to play with his Val, and he's just not finding it. It looks like we're almost ready, maybe having a little bit of connection issues. We did see one of them disconnect for a sec.
I think the crazy thing is, like, his sword actually was doing a decent amount of work, but it does seem like he actually favors the gauntlets. I feel like he's willing to throw that sword away to get those gauntlets. But I'm just thinking about a couple of those, like, side sigs that he actually hit, where most of them were mostly swords, and was like, these are very close to getting KOs. I'm like, all right, maybe double down on the sword a little bit here, especially against the people that you're playing with. You have a lot of ranged weapons, to deal with Kyna Ackerman. You got the axe, the lance specifically. But it's going to be interesting to see how he decides to change it up. And actually, we do got a couple change-ups here, just as far as the lineup goes. Stefani and Petra stepping out here on the red side of things. That Dusk is still there for Fiend, though.
Yeah, a little bit of a skin game change-up, but more importantly, it's the order change-up. Fiend going to 1v1 against Kyna Ackerman, not let Kyna Ackerman get too much momentum.
All right, man. Petra's, does she have the Ryu crossover?
Now you're making me question it.
No, it is. All right. Yeah. Well, man, come on, bro. Play the Ryu crossover. No, maybe you didn't get it. Anyway, here we are. On to the best stage music in the game, and honestly, this is a pretty solid stage altogether. Ramen Stadium, Ramen Bowl, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Go. Fiend doing a good job getting some damage built up, but kind of on that axe, man. He's so good at hitting that 2-piece, sometimes getting that third one. The neutral lights, neutral sig thrown out. Fiend with no punish, he lets him get away with that one.
Okay. So as far as the blast zones, this in comparison to, like, what, I guess, small Brawlhaven, like, what would you say? Are these, like, way out there, or these are, like...
I think the horizontal boxes are still close. The vertical, though, that one's real far. Kyna still finds a vertical KO, though, with that down signature, and here's his momentum opportunity.
All right. So, yeah, again, Kyna starting front-loading again for his team, and, he on the first stock of the last time that he did this, he didn't get the hardest front load, but this time he might be able to get a way harder front load this, going, as he's already got that stock, and he did not have a crazy amount of damage on him right now. Oh, big chase down right there by Petra, but nothing going to work for her.
DB is not finding connections.
Not
Kyna
at all.
Ackerman basically 0 to deathing DB right now.
Okay, DB opting to get rid of those gauntlets, but it may not even matter. DB already lapped in percentage here by Connor Ackerman, and he is reaching for some SIGs right now, man.
He's getting desperate. You can see, like, he's trying to throw out anything he can, hoping he'll find the KO tool. Kind of Ackerman playing with his food a little bit. He doesn't want a weapon just yet. Picks up the axe, but it's a D-Sig, and he gets another. Oh, this is that front load.
That front load is definitely working right now, man. All the horsepower right now on the engine. That man said, rear-wheel drive, never heard of it. Like, I am here. So this man absolutely popping off already. Got 2 stocks and finally loses it to Dexter. But Dexter coming up against Monexo now. Man, you know, still got the Val, obviously. Just a little bit of a skin change here with the Stevani. But, man, just what a start right here for the yellow team.
Yeah, this is big. And, like, of course, you have the stock momentum, but you also have a huge emotional momentum, right? Kind of Ackerman, like, he can just put a smile on his face and be like, that's how it's done, boys. Now y'all just got to do your part. Even if you trade stock for stock, we're already up big.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's definitely a big thing, too, especially specifically in this mode, too. Like, you realize, you know, you only can do so much for your team. So when one person on the other team is doing a crazy amount, that's easily emotional damage, bro.
Yeah.
That's got to hurt. So Monexo, though, not really living up to that lead right now. Dexter might actually be able to even this up pretty quickly if he's able to find another solid hit.
I think Dexter was listening in the in-between between the last two oh no. Oh, I was gonna say he's playing a whole lot more sword.
Yeah.
He's looking good.
Ooh.
Nice nair, keeps him in.
Yeah, good timing right there. Okay, he's going for the big chase. I mean, still some damage right there, but now he swaps back over to the gauntlets. Right now, man, the red team gauntlets, I think they just got to put those away, bro. Those are just all together as a unit. But he does manage to make that work.
Stock.
Good stuff.
All right, stock count is numerically evened up. If Dexter can get some damage on Neuz, they could start to creep back into this match.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, hold on now. The Dexter Gauntlet's kind of picking up. He's only finding 2 pieces here, but if he can get one solid read on one of these air dodges, could go a little crazy on that. Fortunately, off stage now.
Still has side airs if he needs it. Doesn't go for it. Neuz with the recovery, not quite enough. Oh, he drops it. Over to the hammer. Gonna go for the consistency. A side air will do it, and he gets it.
Yeah. Neuz actually looked like he was kind of in position to thwart that first recovery, but maybe he just wasn't expecting for Dex to go like that. But either way, still just a pretty good lead here for the yellow team, and it seems as though they might be trying to build on that even more. That was a great start right there onto Fiend from Neuz. And he has actually kept the stage control on his side for most of this. He keeps finding ways to get new. Oh, I like the idea.
Yeah, he wanted it. You saw that recovery. Fiend, though, he's getting clapped up, and Neuz going to get the down air. The yellow team, they don't even need kind of Ackerman to build up that momentum because it's now Neuz who's putting out the work.
Yeah, I think right now what's happening is, so, you know, we're watching South America, and, like, we know them to be pretty aggressive. But Neuz, he's chilling for a bit. He's letting the over-aggression of the red team and their desperation kind of bite him, because, like, that's exactly what's happening. You saw him kind of reaching for things that are putting him in bad positions to get hard punished. And, oh, wait a minute. Speaking of reaching.
Okay.
Oh, dang. All right, so take the Spirit Bomb right there. That's going to work out, but still, man, a whole stock ahead, and DB in the yellow on Petra, who does not have a lot of defense either. She's very strong, but that defense is not really way up there.
Yeah, I mean, potential here for DB to put out a lot of damage, but he won't survive a lot of damage. Ooh. I like the weapon toss. He's still going on to kind of Ackerman, trying to make up for that early loss against him in the first stock. Oh, man, he went for style.
Okay.
Punish.
Yeah, that right there, you're seeing exactly what I'm talking about, man. Like, kind of, they're kind of jockeying for position with the dashing back and forth, but the red team always swings first, and the yellow team is right there to get the hardest punish that they can. So good stuff to the yellow team. Honestly, you know, they lost first game. They kind of slowed it down, decided to go for a different strategy of front load, and it has worked out perfectly for these second games, or for second and third game. Yeah,
they're looking so strong. They've just leveled up game after game, and now kind of Ackerman gets a 3-piece. Dexter's in trouble.
Okay. Dexter's got to get this stock.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Does not, like, actually just hard commits to that ground pound. You know, he's like, all right, I could drift the wrong way, but I just believe it's going to hit, and it does. So still one stock behind and a little bit of damage, but if he's able to at least add some good damage here on the Monexo, I think that would set up Fiend to take that and maybe try to push his team back into the lead on the next stock.
Yeah, by stock counts, it's only a 1 stock difference, but emotional damage is there, man. Red team, it's looking rough.
Because, I mean, you know, they're still looking like Kyna still has another stock, you know? And with the way that he's been able to play, I mean, he didn't do so crazy on the second stock, but that first stock was definitely a cleanup.
There's a real possibility here that it comes down to a Dexter clutch in the final moments, because he is now the anchor for the red team. Throws out the side sig. That's a punish. Downlight side air. Val's got some defense.
Ooh, okay. Oh, wait a minute. This is
where'd you
Monexo?
go?
Oh man, well that's a way to throw a stock for sure, and throw a lead as well. But still, a lot of damage here already onto Dexter. So hopefully they're able to kind of even or clean this up quickly and not let that stock, that SD really affect the yellow team.
Yep, a nice wake up from Neuz. He's going to clean that up. But you know what? Dexter did keep this one relatively even. Still a full stock difference. Fiend, can he take out Neuz without losing too much health here?
This is Fiend's last stock. Fiend was the anchor on the second game, but you saw kind of what happened. It was Fiend versus Kyna, and that did not go that well. But seeing that he's not the anchor here, and he's going against what, off-seeding is an easier opponent, maybe this will work out for him. Doing a pretty decent job right now. Actually, again, man, I'm telling you, this is why I need the stats today, because I need to know how many of those did not hit, man. Like, they're throwing out some SIGs, and they are getting hard punished for those a lot.
Okay. Yep. Gets the KO, double down light into the recovery. He's coming in against Kyna Ackerman. This is critical. If Fiend wins this matchup against Kyna Ackerman, I think red team's got a good opportunity here. But if Kyna wins this, I think red team's in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, like, it is Kyna who has been handling some gauntlets against 2 gauntlet users. Both of them seem to kind of favor the gauntlets as well, too. So this could be an issue, but it may not be an issue if Fiend's able to kind of thwart it, nip it in the bud before it actually becomes an issue. Man, good start for him.
Yeah, he's getting some hits pretty safely. Kyna Ackerman isn't falling for the dodge over bait, though. You see Fiend really looking for it. Kyna getting the damage built up.
Uh-oh.
He's stuck. How does he get onto the stage?
Yeah, you got to get back off this wall soon enough. That wall slip did start to set in, but he's managed to get back on the stage. And again, he faked him out for a little bit and then used. I mean, look, that down sig reaches, for a down sig, that reaches pretty vertical. Yeah. So good stuff to Kyna Ackerman, finding yet another one, and now this could be an issue.
All right, DB. He's been able to clutch up multiple times here for the red team. But there's 3 stocks left on the yellow team, 2 stocks for the red team. Oh, good dodge through.
Like the idea, though. I mean, like, I feel like that's probably one of the fewer times that I could say the SIG usage was ideal and wasn't going to get him punished. Yeah, no weapons right now against the Lance. Not favorable, but does find himself some gauntlets. Nice.
Okay. All right, opportunity here. DB's got some health. He's got a lot of damage behind each of these swings. Again, Petra, a high-strength legend. If he gets a good dodge read on Monexo, suddenly red team could get it. But we saw Monexo really pop off on that second stock.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for the red team right now is it's the Dexter anchor. Like, DB, even if he does get the stock, I do think he needs to put a little extra onto Neuz just to kind of make it a little easier for Dexter. But we will see. He is not going to get that stock. Runs directly into that. Oh, no. Dexter coming down to a pretty fresh Monexo and Neuz in the background. What can he do?
There's people who like this position, right? Where there's basically nothing on the line. There's no pressure. Everybody's expecting him to fall.
God.
And he's
falling, bro.
he's falling. I'm trying to build it up. Like, imagine if you got to turn around, that'd be so sick.
Yeah, this will be the hardest turnaround known to man right now if he's able to get himself back into this game. Dexter took a lot of damage right off the platform and now already into deep orange, light red. Honestly, that's pretty much red.
Man. Yeah, he's definitely on the last legs here. It's going to take something big. Monexo, he's one downlight side air away from closing this one out and taking red team out of the tournament.
I don't even know if they're in comms right now, but I feel like if anything, kind of just saying, do not approach. Like, do not approach at all. They will always overextend.
You got this. You just got to hit a D-light. D-light to win.
Ooh, okay. Again, man, he just does not want to use the sword, and I really feel like the sword would have been a little easier for him to kind of manage. But okay, He's going to have to opt for now. Oh, wow. Okay. Tense situation here onto the side.
And that'll do it. Yellow team going to close it out. Red team, first team knocked out of the tournament. Fiend, DB, and Dexter now get to watch the final moments of this.
Man, so, I mean, even with the first game being going to Fiend, DB, and Dexter, the swap of putting Kyna Ackerman first really paid off there for the yellow team. That last game, I mean, Monexo, I think, you know, he dropped a stock SD'd, and so that was a little unfortunate, but they were still able to clean it up, and I just think that right here, that was pretty much pretty much all she wrote with that side sacred coming in from Bolivar, just kind of finishing it off.
Yeah, definitely Red Team in that moment was hoping that DB was going to be able to clutch up, take out Monexo, get some damage built up. Unfortunately, he ate the hammer side sig to the head. So it's a pretty big meal to eat.
Yeah, just kind of slid just a little too far up that side and just right over the dome. Pretty much whack-a-moled him right there. So that's unfortunate, but it does.